The screech of metal twisting against concrete echoed through the night as Riley's fire truck flipped on the rain-slicked Brooklyn Bridge, her world exploding in a blur of sirens and shattering glass. In the hospital bed weeks later, she woke up staring at a stranger's face, her own reflection, but the memories behind it were gone, replaced by a hollow confusion that made her whisper, "Who am I?" And when Elena, the woman who claimed to be her wife, leaned in with tear-filled eyes, Riley pulled away, her heart pounding with an unfamiliar fear. "I'm sorry, but I think I'm straight." Riley Thompson had always been the hero type, the kind of woman who charged into burning buildings without a second thought. Born and raised in the bustling heart of Queens, New York, she grew up in a tight-knit Irish-American family where her father was a cop and her mother a nurse. Public service ran in her blood. At 32, she was a decorated firefighter with the FDNY, her body marked by scars from close calls, but her spirit unbreakable. That was before the accident. The crash happened on a stormy October evening in 2024. Engine Company 205 was racing to a warehouse fire in Red Hook when a semi-truck hydroplaned into them. Riley was behind the wheel, her mind focused on the job, but fate had other plans. She swerved to avoid a civilian car, sending the rig tumbling over the guardrail. Miraculously, she survived, but the traumatic brain injury stole chunks of her life, 5 years' worth, including her marriage to Elena Rivera. Elena was everything Riley wasn't. A soft-spoken art curator from a Puerto Rican family in the Bronx, with a passion for contemporary paintings that captured the raw emotions of urban life. They met at a gallery opening in Chelsea 4 years earlier, where Riley, dragged there by a buddy, spilled red wine on Elena's dress. What started as an apology turned into laughter, then coffee, then a whirlwind romance that defied Riley's conservative upbringing. They eloped in a quiet ceremony at City Hall, vowing forever amid the chaos of the city they both loved. Now, in the sterile room of Mount Sinai Hospital, Elena sat by Riley's bedside, clutching a photo album like a lifeline. "It's me. We've been together for years. You proposed to me on the High Line at sunset." But Riley's eyes, once filled with adoration, now held only polite detachment. The doctors called it retrograde amnesia, selective, cruel, erasing the parts of her identity that didn't fit the straight-laced girl she remembered being in her 20s. I don't remember any of that," Riley muttered, her voice hoarse from the ventilator. She glanced at the ring on her finger, twisting it off as if it burned. "This feels wrong. I was with guys before. I think that's who I am." Elena's world shattered in that moment. She had built her life around Riley. Their cozy brownstone and Park Slope, weekend brunches at Smorgasburg, stolen kisses after Riley's shifts. But now the woman she loved looked at her like a well-meaning friend, not a soulmate. "Please just give it time," Elena pleaded, her accent thickening with emotion. "The doctors say memories can come back." Discharged after a month, Riley moved back into their home, but it felt like invading someone else's space. The walls were adorned with photos of them hiking in the Catskills, dancing at pride parades, images that stirred nothing but unease in her. Elena slept on the couch, giving Riley the bedroom, hoping proximity would spark something. But nights were filled with awkward silences, Riley burying herself in physical therapy and department paperwork, avoiding the elephant in the room. One evening, as golden hour light filtered through the windows, Elena cooked Riley's favorite, arroz con gandals with a side of corned beef, a fusion of their heritages. "Try this," she said, sliding the plate over. Riley took a bite, and for a fleeting second her eyes softened. "This tastes familiar." Elena's heart leaped, but Riley quickly looked away. "Must be from my mom's cooking or something." The tension built like a slow-burning fire. Riley's old crew from the firehouse visited, slapping her on the back and sharing stories. "Remember that time you saved that kid in Harlem? And then came home to Elena with soot all over?" They'd laugh. Riley forced smiles, but inside doubt gnawed at her. Was this life a lie? Or had she forgotten who she truly was? Elena, meanwhile, confided in her best friend Sophia, over coffee in a trendy Williamsburg cafe. "She's right there, but she's gone. What if she never remembers us?" Sophia hugged her. "Love like yours doesn't just vanish. Fight for it." As weeks turned to months, Riley started therapy with Dr. Elena Vasquez, a specialist in trauma and identity. Amnesia can distort self-perception, Dr. Vasquez explained in her Midtown office. You might be clinging to an outdated version of yourself. Riley nodded, but her sessions unearthed buried feelings. Flashes of warmth when Elena laughed, a pull she couldn't explain. One night after a grueling PT session, Riley found Elena crying over old letters in the living room. Why are you doing this to yourself? Riley asked, her voice softening despite herself. Elena looked up, eyes red. Because I love you. Even if you don't love me back anymore. That admission hung in the air, a spark in the darkness. Riley sat down inches away, her hand brushing Elena's. For the first time since the accident, she didn't pull away. Tell me about us, she whispered. Elena began weaving tales of their first date at Coney Island, the way Riley's strength made her feel safe. As the stories flowed, Riley felt a crack in her mental walls, a whisper of recognition. But healing wasn't linear. The next day, Riley met an old flame, Jake, at a firehouse reunion in Staten Island. Jake, a burly paramedic she'd dated in her straight days, flirted shamelessly. You look good, Ree. Miss the old times? For a moment, Riley flirted back, testing the waters of her supposed real self. Word got back to Elena through mutual friends, igniting the first real fight. How could you? Elena shouted, her voice echoing in their kitchen. We're still married. Riley fired back. I don't remember marrying you. This isn't me. The argument escalated, doors slamming, tears flowing. Elena stormed out, seeking solace in her gallery, staring at a painting of two intertwined figures, a metaphor for their fractured bond. In the quiet aftermath, Riley wandered the streets of Brooklyn, the city lights blurring through her tears. She ended up at the spot where she proposed, the high-line elevated park, now dusted with early snow. Sitting on a bench, she closed her eyes and fragments returned. Elena's smile, their vows. Oh God, she murmured. What have I done? The betrayal cut deeper than Elena expected. She spent the night at Sophia's apartment in the East Village, scrolling through old photos on her phone, each one a dagger to the heart. By morning, resolve hardened her. She returned home to find Riley asleep on the couch, a half-empty beer bottle nearby, uncharacteristic for the disciplined firefighter. We need to talk, Elena said, her tone firm but laced with pain. Riley stirred, rubbing her temples. I'm sorry about last night, Jake. It was nothing. Just confusion. But Elena shook her head. It's not just Jake. It's you pushing me away every day. If you want out, say it. Riley's eyes widened. I don't know what I want. Everything feels wrong. They sat at the kitchen table, the same one where they'd shared countless meals, now a battlefield. Elena laid it all out. The years of building a life, the sacrifices, her family disowning her for being with a woman, Riley's own coming out struggles. You fought for us once. Now you're giving up. The words struck home. Riley reached for Elena's hand, but she pulled back. I need space, Elena said, packing a bag. I'm staying with Sophia for a while. As the door closed, Riley felt a void open up, deeper than the amnesia. Alone in the brownstone, she rifled through drawers, unearthing mementos. A pressed flower from their honeymoon in Napa Valley, a ticket stub from a Yankees game where Riley had kissed Elena under the stadium lights. Therapy intensified. Dr. Vasquez suggested hypnosis, and in a dimly lit session, Riley relived fragments, the crash but also tender moments. I see her face, she murmured. Elena. She's smiling at me. Waking, she felt a surge of emotion, but doubt lingered. Was it real or wishful thinking? Meanwhile, Elena threw herself into work at the gallery, curating an exhibit on forgotten identities. Ironic, given her life. One artist, a young lesbian named Mia, flirted subtly during setup. Your passion is inspiring, Mia said, her eyes lingering. Elena blushed, unused to attention outside her marriage. For a moment she considered it, a way to move on. But guilt stopped her. I'm married, she replied, though the word felt hollow. News of Mia reached Riley via a mutual acquaintance at a Brooklyn bar. Jealousy flared, unbidden and fierce. She's mine, Riley thought, startling herself. That night, she drove to Sophia's, pounding on the door in the rain. Elena answered, surprised. What are you doing here? I remember something, Riley blurted. Not everything, but enough. The way you laugh. It's like home. Elena's walls cracked, but caution held. One memory doesn't fix this. They talked till dawn, sharing coffee on the stoop, the city awakening around them. Riley admitted her fears. What if I never fully remember? What if I'm not the same person? Elena softened. Then we build new memories. They agreed to try counseling together, dates like strangers. Their first redo date was at the Met Museum, wandering halls of art that Elena loved. Riley pointed to a sculpture of two women embracing. That reminds me of us. Elena smiled. It does. But drama lurked. Riley's family, devout Catholics from Queens, had never fully accepted her sexuality. Her mother, Maureen, visited, sensing tension. You're confused from the accident, dear. Maybe it's a sign to come back to the church, to normalcy. Riley wavered, attending a family dinner where cousins teased about setting her up with nice boys. Elena, invited but sidelined, felt like an outsider. The conflict peaked at Thanksgiving. Gathered in the family home, Maureen cornered Riley. This lifestyle isn't you. God has a plan. Elena overheard, her face paling. Riley is who she is with me. The table erupted in arguments, old prejudices surfacing. Riley defended Elena, but doubt seeded again. Maybe Mom's right, she confided later. Betrayal came swiftly. In a moment of weakness, Riley confided in Jake over drinks, seeking clarity. He kissed her, and though she pushed away, a photo snapped by a coworker went viral in their circle. Elena saw it on social media. Her heart breaking anew. How could you? She texted, blocking Riley's number. Riley raced to the gallery, finding Elena in tears amid canvases. It was a mistake. I stopped it. But Elena's trust shattered. I can't do this anymore. We're done. She filed for separation, the papers a cold reality. In the ensuing weeks, Riley spiraled, drinking more, isolating herself. The firehouse put her on leave, concerned for her mental state. Flashbacks intensified. Their wedding, Elena in white vowing eternal love. I can't lose her, Riley realized. Elena, staying with Sophia, dated Mia casually, a rebound to numb the pain. But each date felt wrong. Mia's touch lacked the fire of Riley's. One night at a Soho party, Elena spotted Riley across the room. Uninvited, but there. Their eyes met, electricity sparking. Riley? What are you? Elena started, but Riley interrupted. I remember everything now. The accident triggered it all back. Skeptical, Elena demanded proof. Riley recounted intimate details. The mole on Elena's shoulder. Their secret code for I love you in public, 3 squeezes of the hand. Tears flowed. Why now? Elena asked. Because losing you made me fight for the memories. They embraced, the party fading around them. But reconciliation wasn't easy. Mia felt used, confronting Elena. You're still in love with her. Elena nodded. I am. Couples therapy helped mend wounds. Dr. Vasquez guided them through trust exercises, unpacking the betrayal. Love survives if you choose it, she said. Riley worked on herself, attending support groups for amnesia survivors and LGBTQ+ firefighters. As spring bloomed in Central Park, they renewed vows in a small ceremony. Friends, no family judgments. Riley's mother attended hesitantly, a step toward acceptance. I'm proud of you, Maureen whispered, thawing the ice. Yet peace was fragile. A year post-accident, Riley returned to duty, the adrenaline of fires pulling her back. Elena worried constantly, flashbacks of the crash haunting her. Promise you'll come home, she'd say each shift. Riley kissed her. Always. Drama resurfaced when a major blaze hit a high-rise in Midtown. Riley's team was first on scene, flames licking the sky. Inside, she rescued a family, but a collapsing beam trapped her. Radio crackling. Thompson's down. Elena, watching news helicopters from the gallery, froze. Not again, she whispered. Hours later, Riley emerged battered but alive, smoke-blackened. At the hospital, Elena rushed in. You scared me. Riley grinned weakly. Can't get rid of me that easy. The scare deepened their bond, but also highlighted risks. Maybe it's time to retire, Elena suggested. Riley balked. This is who I am. Conflict brewed. Riley's promotion to lieutenant meant more danger, longer hours. Elena felt neglected, Her gallery thriving but home empty. "We're drifting," she confessed in therapy. Dr. Vasquez probed. "What do you need from each other?" Answers came slowly. Riley surprised Elena with a weekend getaway to the Hamptons, walking beaches hand in hand. "I choose you over the job," Riley said. "Desk duty if it means more time with you." Elena melted. "No, be the hero. Just include me." Betrayal struck from an unexpected source. Sophia, Elena's confidant, harbored secret feelings. During a vulnerable moment when Elena doubted the marriage, Sophia kissed her. Elena pulled away, shocked. "What the hell?" Sophia apologized. "I've loved you for years. Seeing you hurt, I couldn't help it." Elena told Riley immediately, transparency their new rule. Riley was furious, confronting Sophia. "You were my friend too." Sophia left town, the friendship irreparable. The incident tested them, but honesty strengthened resolve. No more secrets, they vowed. Emotional depths plumbed during a trip to Puerto Rico, visiting Elena's estranged family. Her abuela, traditional but wise, welcomed them. "Love is love," she said in broken English, hugging Riley. Healing old wounds, they danced under stars, salsa rhythms echoing their passion. Back in New York, life normalized. They adopted a rescue dog, Max, from a Brooklyn shelter. A scruffy mutt that brought joy. Walks in Prospect Park became rituals, discussing dreams. Kids maybe via adoption. "Our family," Riley said, squeezing Elena's hand 3 times. But high drama loomed. A whistleblower scandal rocked the FDNY, corruption in promotions. Riley, honest to a fault, testified against superiors, risking her career. Threats followed. Anonymous calls/tires. Elena feared for her safety. This city chews people up. Climax hit during a gala fundraiser for Firefighter'S. Riley was honored, but a disgruntled ex-chief cornered her. "You'll regret this." Chaos ensued. A fire alarm pulled stampede. In the melee, Riley shielded Elena, taking a fall. "Bruised," she whispered. "I'd do anything for you." The scandal resolved with arrests, Riley vindicated. Media hailed her a hero, but she downplayed it. Real heroes are the ones who love through the mess. Their story inspired others. A local paper featured them. Love after loss. Humanity shown in quiet moments. Volunteering at an LGBTQ+ youth center in Hell's Kitchen, they mentored teens struggling with identity. One girl, reminiscent of young Riley, shared her amnesia-like confusion post coming out. "It gets better," Riley assured, glancing at Elena. As autumn returned 2 years post-accident, they sat on the Brooklyn Bridge, site of the crash. "This place took so much," Elena said. Riley nodded. "But it gave us a second chance." They kissed, the city humming below, a testament to resilient love. The bridge's lights twinkled like stars, a far cry from the stormy night that changed everything. Riley traced Elena's palm. "I almost lost you, not just from the crash, but from my own stupidity." Elena leaned in. "We found our way back. That's what matters." Life's rhythm steadied, but undercurrents of drama persisted. Riley's memories, mostly restored, still had gaps, like puzzle pieces missing. One evening, sorting attic boxes, she found a journal from their early days. Entries poured out love. "Elena makes me feel alive, like the fire I fight, but warmer." Tears fell as fragments slotted in. Elena's career soared. Her exhibit on resilience drew crowds, including celebrities. Paparazzi snapped photos, thrusting them into minor fame. "Lesbian power couple overcomes amnesia," headlines blared. Riley hated the spotlight. "I'm just a firefighter." But Elena thrived, balancing it with home life. Conflict arose when a Hollywood producer approached for a movie based on their story. "It could inspire millions," Elena enthused. Riley hesitated. "Our pain isn't entertainment." Debates heated. Privacy versus impact. They compromised, consultants only, no names. Betrayal whispered again through Riley's brother, Sean, a cop with lingering homophobia. He leaked details to tabloids for cash, twisting facts. Firefighter's straight phase. Was it all a hoax? Elena raged. "Your own family." Riley confronted Sean in a Queens pub. "Why?" He shrugged. "Thought you needed saving." Disowned, he left, but the wound festered. Emotional reckoning followed. In therapy, Riley unpacked family trauma. They raised me to be normal. The accident let me hide behind that. Dr. Vasquez nodded. Forgiveness starts with you. Elena supported their bond at anchor. Romance rekindled in small ways. Surprise picnics in Washington Square Park. Slow dances in the living room to Nina Simone. You're my forever, Riley murmured, pulling Elena close. Intimacy deepened without crossing lines. Hugs that lingered, gazes that spoke volumes. A humanitarian turn came via charity. They founded a support group for first responders with trauma, hosting meetings in their home. Stories shared. Lost limbs PTSD. One veteran echoed Riley. Forgot who I loved. Connections formed community healing. High tension built during a hurricane hitting the East Coast. Riley deployed for rescue ops in flooded Jersey suburbs. Elena volunteered at shelters, but worry consumed her. Texts. Safe. Yes, love. A close call boat capsizing made headlines. Elena drove through rain to the site, embracing Riley soaked and exhausted. Don't leave me. Post-storm they reflected on fragility. Life's too short, Riley said. They pursued adoption, navigating bureaucracy. A baby girl, Elena, from a local agency. Puerto Rican heritage like Elena's. Our miracle, they cooed, cradling her. But by tragedy loomed. Maureen's health declined, cancer. Riley reconciled bedside. I love Elena, Mom. Accept us. Maureen whispered. I do now. Be happy. Her passing brought grief but closure. As Elena grew, family life bloomed. Playdates in playgrounds, holidays fused with traditions. Corned beef with platanos. Riley retired to teaching fire safety, safer ground. In a quiet moment watching Elena sleep, Elena said, We made it through the storm. Riley kissed her. Because love remained. Years blended into a tapestry of joy and trials. Elena, now a toddler, filled their home with laughter, her tiny hands grasping at Max's fur. Riley built a swing set in the backyard, Elena painting murals on nursery walls, scenes of New York dreams. Drama never fully faded. Life's nature. A custody scare from Elena's biological relatives tested them, but love won in court. She's ours, the judge ruled, affirming their family. Emotional peaks came at milestones. Elena's first steps in Central Park, Riley tearing up. Like watching our love walk. Elena captured it on canvas, exhibiting as steps of hope. Romance endured. Anniversaries at the High Line renewing promises. Through memory and madness, Riley toasted. Humanitarian efforts expanded. Their group went national, aiding thousands. Riley spoke at conferences. Amnesia taught me love's not in the mind but the soul. In twilight years they sat on their porch, graying but vibrant. Elena, grown, visited with her partner, a woman echoing their path. Thanks for showing me it's okay, she said. As the sun set over Brooklyn, Riley squeezed Elena's hand 3 times. Love remained. Elena smiled. Always. The end came peacefully, Riley first in her sleep. Elena followed months later, heart whole. Their legacy. A love story proving resilience, inspiring generations. In a world of chaos, their tale whispered. When memory fades, the heart remembers.